Good afternoon, this is Chris Ogle and it is 25th of May, week 19 in my regular Link4Growth news update sessions. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cover off some of the events that I've been to this week, and then I'm going to talk about some of the other things that are happening and what's coming up this week and some of the new events we've got lined up. So there's an awful lot going on as always, but I'm going to try and keep this to a minimum amount of time because I know time's precious. So let's just crack on. On Monday I was going to go into the Islington breakfast, but I had a little bit of an emergency with one of my businesses, so I ended up not being able to go. But as I understand, it was a pretty great event and good turnout. So, and on Tuesday we were up in I was up in Coventry. Now there was quite a good turnout in Coventry, and there's quite a lot of activity up there. We had 4 or 5 new kind of embryonic discussions about events that we might be running in the Coventry East Midlands area. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a little while. On Wednesday evening it was the Hitchin Drinks event up in the Hermitage, and that's great. Another nice lively place that is, and apparently they sell some really good food. I must remember to book up and have a meal there after that event one night. On Thursday, not a Link4Growth event, but I was at Paradise Wildlife Park all day. We're helping them with their social media strategy, so I think that's going to be really good for the park, and it's also going to be good for Link4Growth. I think there's a good tie-up there, and they've been very supportive with us with the coffees that we run there on a regular basis. So that was a very good session there that I had with them, and we're going to be doing a couple more of those. So I'll be talking about that as well. And then on Friday, over in the South East Herts district, Diane had her event at the Ogle Hotel in Barnet, which was a very well attended. We had a lot of new people there. That was excellent, and it was good to talk to some new people, majority of which were in Barnet, which was good because we're trying to build local communities, of course. Right, and some issues with sound bites this week. Didn't manage to get the sound bites done that I've been trying to get done, which was Stephanie Taylor, who's doing this Land's End to John O'Groats bike ride. We're still struggling to find a suitable time we can both meet for doing that. And David Lewis, I've got to catch up with him about his not smoking business, and I haven't managed to track him down yet. Just been so many things going on, so I'm going to be trying to get that one done in the coming week. So I ended up doing a soundbite with Sophie Sandell. Sophie's been doing quite a bit of public speaking, and she wanted to talk about digital leadership, and that's about the adoption and the usage of modern communication tools like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, to manage and control and grow and develop your businesses. Without those tools, it becomes going to fall behind the wayside, and people who are using them are going to get a distinct advantage. So if you want to catch up with that one, you'll find that on the forum and on the Link4Growth channel and all over on the website and the blogs, etc. So do have a look at that. Quite an interesting soundbite. In the coming week, we've got a bank holiday on Monday, so there'll be no Twitter hour on Monday from either South West Herts or Cambridge. And but on Wednesday, I'm going to endeavour to do the district hangouts. We've got some good news coming up on hangouts. So if you are in the South West Herts district, or in fact if you're in Cambridgeshire district, which is on Friday, and you want to talk about your business to a wider audience, then you really do need to get a grip on hangouts. So contact Nikki up in Cambridgeshire, or either myself or someone like Aidan or Matthew down in South West Herts, or even Jean Flower, and let's get you up and running, get you using the technology, and then we'll be able to do a recording with you and get your business or your social enterprise or whatever it is out there to a wider audience. So I'm going to talk about that in a bit. Friday, of course, is the Cambridgeshire one. On Wednesday, the South West Herts one. We've got a couple of new events coming up. The Chewing Berry Park one is this Thursday in Welling. Paul Christodoulou and Anthony Bates hosting that one. I'm going to be along to there as well, and Spalding's the week after, so that'll be good. And Ely, no, I'll talk about the events that are coming up this week, but there are two new ones that are coming up. We are likely to be we finalised the venue for the Harlow, but we're now just working out when we're going to launch it. That might slip to July. Hopefully it'll be in June, but we won't know until later next week. Chelmsford, still looking to get that one launched, but again we're having difficulty getting the details finalised for that one. Up in the Midlands, however, there is some interesting developments. We are definitely going to be launching on the 11th of June Bedworth, which is in between Nuneaton and Coventry. I was at a venue with Lou Clark, and it looks like we might well be able to get the Leamington Spa off the ground. So we're now looking at, we've got the venue, coffees are going to be donations to charity. It's on Industrial Park, and Lou there is very well connected in Coventry. She's been talking to business up there for 30 years, so that's looking very likely. There's a chance we might have something running in Kenilworth as well, just a little bit to the side there. And Central Coventry could be, I've got to talk to somebody, but we may have an owner of a coffee shop interested in starting something in Central Coventry, so I will keep you posted. But that will mean we'll have almost 6 events up there in the Midlands, so we are really starting to develop that area and build on some of the good work that we've done with Phil Smith in places like Rugby and the Coventry event itself. South East Hearts, we've got a possible new connection with a local bank in Boreham Wood, which could turn into a coffee, so watch this space. And North Finchley looks like it might be coming on stream in the not too distant future. In London, North London, we've got Enfield, a new event that might well take place in Enfield. I'll keep you posted on developments there. So lots of new stuff going on here, and very exciting times. We've got quite a few workshops planned now. What we're doing is we're also taking one of the Google Plus dia calendars that we use for the workshops, and we're going to make that available through the new website once that's published. Now that new website will probably go live towards the back end of next week or the week after, so that'll be really good. So you'll be able to see 3 months worth of workshops, where they are, who's doing them, what's going on, and be able to book yourself in on those without having to keep asking where are these trainings taking place. The plans for the Link4Growth Expo is going well. Northwest London, that is, in Harrow. Many of the stalls have already gone there, so I know Deep has been very, very busy getting things sorted out, and Nikki's been helping her, of course, because she's already run one successful one up in Peterborough. We're likely to be moving our community, the Link4Growth community, online community, onto our own server very soon. With the bandwidth we're consuming has gone way over the expected volume, so we're going to need to move it to something which is more suitable. The second flyer will be going to print. The second flyer, if you remember, is about why people should subscribe to the Link4Growth community, and it's really about making a statement that you've kind of accept the ethics and principles of Link4Growth, fairness in business, going the extra mile and stuff like that. So that flyer is going to print very shortly. The third flyer is in development. I'm currently writing that, and that's really about total support and nurturance. We're creating this platform where it doesn't matter what you do in the community, is going to be a place where you can personally grow, you can grow your business, and you can basically help and contribute to growing the community. So that's coming up soon. The G Plus workshop's been completely reworked with the advent of all the new changes that Google foisted upon us. So that's done and out of the way, and Deepa delivered the first one of those earlier in the week. Now this is an interesting thing. I've created some new communities for Hangouts. The idea behind this is that within our local districts there are all those companies and social groups and communities and stuff out there. Wouldn't it be nice if those people could talk to a wider audience, the rest of the community, in a simple but effective way. So taking the soundbite concept a little bit further, because you remember the soundbites are for those people in Link4Growth to talk to the community, the wider community of Link4Growth. This community hangouts is about allowing us to do short videos with people in the community and get that video into a space which fits into the architecture of Link4Growth. And so we've got communities that we're building for local districts, so we've now set up a community for hangouts. So for those businesses, and as I say, social enterprises, charities, even sports clubs and stuff, if they want to get their message out there, they can do a hangout with us, we can record it, and then we can pop it into a place, and they're all filed under their appropriate category. So if it's a business one, if it's a charity, they can be filed under there, so you can go in and just look for the ones that you're interested in. So that's already been set up for West Essex, South West Herts, Central and North West London, and also Cambridgeshire. We'll be doing it for the remainder of the existing districts that we've got over the coming week. But that's really exciting, because it does mean that we can start to engage with people really, from any background, and then don't even have to come to a meeting. Really, they can start that engagement process in a different way, and then we can get to start meeting them and bringing them into the community. Don't forget the sound bites. If you've got something really interesting going on in your life, I put a post up on the forum about this. Please go and read it. If you do get a sound bite, your video goes into 5 different places. So it goes on the community forums, of course, it goes on the Link4Growth website, goes on the Link4Growth blog site, it's in the Link4Growth channel as well, and it also goes into these new community hangout areas that I've mentioned already. So they're really worth doing, and I do encourage you, if you know someone that should have a soundbite with me, then just tell me who it is and I'll give them a call, and I will try and influence them to do it. It's nothing to be frightened of, I can assure you. Next week's event, Monday's bank holiday, of course, so there's nothing going on. Tuesday we've got Islington, Potter's Bar and Stanmore Drinks, and Wednesday we've got Great Dunmow and Peterborough. Thursday, Ely, Rickmansworth, and the launch at Trinbury Park in Welling, of course. On Friday I've got a couple of hangouts going on, but there's no events to actually go. That's the last day of the month. Soundbites next week, hopefully David Lewis, hopefully Stephanie Taylor, if she can get off that bike for a minute. Anne-Marie Gilbert I'm hoping to do one with. I'm going to mention her here, just see if I can encourage her to come and do a soundbite with me, and try to possibly get someone from the Midlands as well. So that's that. There is a new announcement, something else the people in Peterborough have been cooking up. I would just call it Link4Walk. It's an opportunity to have a different kind of event, where instead of meeting in a building or something, we meet to go on a walk, and that walk will be of a certain length, and all the monies, etc., for participating on that walk will go to a charity. So it's about networking, it's about meeting people and having that discussions in a different environment. It's healthy, and it's a good thing. It's fresh air and it's good for charity, so it fits in with all the ethos and ethics and principles, etc., etc., of Link4Growth. So a really good idea, but we don't know when it's going to happen, and more on that when I know more. So that's it. That's a quick summary of week 19. Hope you've found that interesting. So much going on as always, but I'll catch you all again next week. Thanks for watching.